All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Look, if hard work alone guaranteed wealth, the absolute richest people on Earth would be construction workers, farmers, and miners. But as we all know, they aren't. Today, we're going to completely dismantle a really deeply held societal myth. This idea that just working longer, harder hours automatically equals immense wealth. I mean, we've all heard the advice, right? Just put your head down and grind. But if we actually look at the data and the proven principles of self-made millionaires, that equation is fundamentally broken. We're going to pull back the curtain on the architecture of smart wealth building. And by the end of this, you're going to see exactly how the wealthy construct their finances completely differently than everyone else. Seriously? Think about it for a second. If physical effort equaled billions of dollars, the folks hauling bricks 12 hours a day would be topping the Forbes list. Yet so many incredibly hardworking people remain totally financially stuck their entire lives. Why is that? Well, it's because they are trapped in the time for money exchange. The problem, honestly, isn't your work ethic. It's the formula you're using. We are all capped by biology. A 24-hour day means an absolute, unbreakable ceiling on your income if you're only trading your hours for dollars. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact difference between simply earning an income and actually building your net worth. Hard work is incredibly linear. It constantly demands your physical time. It's entirely effort-focused, and it firmly caps your income. Smart work, on the flip side, is about building a machine. It's entirely outcome-focused and built on scalable wealth. It's the realization that your time is capped at 24 hours, but your assets are not. The wealthy don't just want a paycheck. They want accumulation.
Okay, moving on to section 1, the secret engine, leverage.
So what does this actually mean in practice? The absolutely crucial point here is that leverage is essentially a magical weapon. It completely disconnects your physical effort from your financial outcomes. Think of it like a giant fulcrum. A really small amount of effort applied in just the right spot can lift a massive amount of weight. Instead of you personally laying every single brick, leverage is owning the machine. It's having a piece of custom software or a real estate portfolio that does the heavy lifting for you. Literally, while you sleep, you do the work once and it pays you continuously. Now, what's really fascinating about this breakdown is how it splits the old world from the new world. Traditional leverage, like labor, having people work for you, and capital, using money to make more money, those are super powerful, for sure, but they require resources and permission to start. Somebody has to give you money or agree to work for you. But New World leverage, that relies on technology like code and AI, and media like content creation. These are the modern wealth multipliers. They are infinitely scalable and completely permissionless. Writing a piece of code or recording an audio track takes the exact same amount of time whether it reaches 10 people or 10 million people. And that is what we call infinite leverage. To actually harness that leverage, we have to entirely rethink how we manage our days using the famous 80-20 principle. Now, you can't really 80-20 your way out of doing the dishes, but you absolutely must do it for your wealth creation. Supremely successful entrepreneurs know that just 20% of their activities, the high-leverage stuff like strategic planning, building systems, or mastering a brand new skill, those drive 80% of their results. The real secret to smart work isn't just doing more tasks. Section 2, building assets instead of trading time. Remember, an asset is basically your ultimate financial best friend. It's something that puts cash in your pocket, whether you are actively working at your desk or fast asleep in your bed. The absolute most powerful vehicles for wealth creation today fall into two main buckets: passive assets like index funds and real estate, and highly scalable active assets like SaaS businesses, digital products, intellectual property, or online education. The real magic here? The cost of duplication is practically zero. A software product or an online course scales infinitely better than hourly consulting ever could because you build it exactly once, and it can be sold tens of thousands of times with zero extra effort from you. Okay, let this number really sink in for a second. $745,000. This completely exposes the sheer mathematical magic of compounding. This massive figure is just a modest example of what a simple $500 monthly investment can grow into over 30 years in a standard index fund, just letting the market do its thing. But here is the really fascinating part. Compounding doesn't just apply to money. Your high-leverage skills compound. Your professional network compounds. Your industry knowledge compounds. Every single smart asset you build or learn today is going to pay exponential dividends decades into the future. Let's move into section 3. The Millionaire Smart Work Framework.
So how do we actually do this? Well, this right here is the step-by-step blueprint derived directly from self-made millionaires. Notice the sequence because it's absolutely crucial. Before you can invest heavily, you need immense earning power. which is exactly why mastering a high-income skill like sales, copywriting, or AI automation is step number one. From there, you create multiple income streams, you build systems to automate those streams, and only then do you deploy your capital into steps 4, 5, and 6. You invest consistently into cash-flowing assets and literally just step back and let time do the heavy lifting of compounding.
To make these abstract concepts super practical, let's ground this into a realistic 5-year action plan. Year 1 is all about your foundation. It's about aggressively learning those high-income skills. By year 2, you're leveraging those new skills to hit some pretty aggressive income targets. Year 3, now this is the pivot. This is where you stop doing everything manually and start building systems using technology. Year 4 is where you convert all that surplus income into scalable, cash-flowing assets. And finally, by year 5, you scale those assets and let the compounding process completely take over. It's a very methodical, very predictable progression. Most people wildly overestimate what they can do in a single year, but they deeply, deeply underestimate what this exact 5-year roadmap can achieve.
Section 4. The guardrails. Avoiding wealth traps.
We have to talk about the pitfalls, because the path to leverage is filled with psychological landmines that can absolutely destroy your wealth before it even gets a chance to compound. We have all felt the urge of lifestyle inflation, right? You get a raise and immediately start browsing for a nicer car or looking at a bigger house. But trading your surplus cash for depreciating items leaves you with literally zero capital to invest. Then there's the urge for instant gratification, chasing those get-rich-quick shortcuts instead of just having the patience to let your assets actually grow. A lack of financial education and focusing solely on your salary will completely undo all the amazing leverage you've just worked so hard to build. At the end of the day, overcoming all those traps comes down to one defining paradigm shift. You absolutely must move from a worker mindset to an owner mindset. A worker constantly asks, how many hours do I need to put in today to get paid? But an owner asks, what system or asset can I build today that is going to pay me forever? The millionaire mindset fundamentally requires delayed gratification, a willingness to take calculated risks, and taking absolute 100% personal responsibility for your financial outcomes. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. When you wake up tomorrow morning, what exactly is your plan? Are you going to spend your day stuck in the old paradigm, trading your incredibly limited, precious time for a capped paycheck? Or are you going to take that first step towards smart work and actually spend tomorrow building your leverage? Think about it, because that choice alone entirely dictates your financial future.